Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream here today. And we got another great one here today. It was between the Edmonton Oilers and the Anaheim Ducks, the second of two here on this commentary night. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. It's good to see all of you guys in the chat. What's up, Senators Productions? How we doing? And let's get ready for the start of period number one here in just a moment as we return from the Olympic break. It feels pretty darn good. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Let's take a look at these two teams and where they currently sit in the standings. The Edmonton Oilers, 28, 22, and 8. Currently second place in the division, 1 point back of the Anaheim Ducks. Whereas the Ducks are in a standing place of 30, 23, and 3. The only reason why the Oilers have more points than them is because they have more overtime loss points than the Ducks. So there you go. Starting goaltenders here on both sides, projected per NHL.com. We'll put the stats here on screen. It is Lucas Dostal versus Tristan Jarry tonight. And those are their commentary stats. Dostal 6 games commentated, 3-3-0. 2.33 goals against average, 9-11 save percentage. Whereas Tristan Jarry, 5 games commentated, 4-1-0, 4.20 goals against, or 2.20 goals against, and an 8.97 save percentage. You look at the goaltender stats through the full regular season, not just Watch with Nordic commentaries. Tristan Jarry, 15-7-2, 3.07, 8.93. Lucas Dostal, 21-13-2, a 2.92, and a .897. The Oilers, it is their first game of a road trip here. They will be going to Los Angeles tomorrow to take on the LA Kings. That is another 10:30 p.m. matchup. We will not be live for that, though. We are streaming Sharks and Flames tomorrow. But regardless of that, let's get ready for puck drop here from Anaheim. It's Dostal in net again. His last 9 starts, .930 save percentage. He's been playing very well as of late here for the Ducks. And then Tristan Jarry, obviously, since coming to the Oilers, 6-4-1, .870 save percentage. And we are underway here from Honda Center. A matchup between the Anaheim Ducks and the Edmonton Oilers. Matt Savoy banks off the boards, then ahead for Roslovic, who comes in. He scores! That did not take long. Jack Roslovic, 13 seconds in. And the Oilers have struck first. It's 1-0. 13 seconds in, Jack Roslovic, who is on the thumbnail of this commentary, scores the goal to open it up. Just 13 seconds in. And the Oilers are already off and running. That did not take long. Oh, Lord. Wow. Jack Roslovic off the draw. Assist on that goal will be Matthew Savoy and Darnell Nurse. Roslovic's 16th goal of the year since being picked up by the Oilers from free agency. And the Ducks have a 1-0 lead. Or the Oilers have a 1-0 lead, sorry. Clear back around down low then behind the net, banked off the boards. Now Savoy will clear it to center. Stolen back then by Ian Moore. Now Ducks trying to break that one in down low. Pass in front for Palin, you can't get the shot on. Now off the boards here, it's Darnell Nurse. Back now below the line, grabbing it is Jake Wallman. Wallman will regroup behind his own net here now with the Oilers. Try to feed a pass up to Connor McDavid. Ducks still in back. Here's a chance. Backhand there. Denied by Tristan Jarry. As Jarry makes the first save there immediately to open this one up. About a minute gone here in period number 1. Already a goal. It's Roslovic. Puck sliding in then on Jarry. Jarry will play that one away. Back up top. Pass down low. And the Ducks nearly tied it just like that. It's been a very high-pace game here already to start. And we got a whistle blown here now with 18:46 to go. It'll be a penalty coming up against the Oilers in a power play for Anaheim. And that did not take long. We are immediately off and running here in this 10:30 p.m. late game matchup between the Ducks and the Oilers. And it's going to be a Anaheim power play to start off. Mason McTavish was tripped. Ekholm will go to the box. He scored a hat trick in the last time these two teams played against each other, so it creates an interesting atmosphere there for this one here tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Also, like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. Face-off won by the Oilers and cleared back into the Anaheim zone. Ducks power play 24th in the NHL this season. Here's Troy Terry now, dropping it back through center. Leo Carlsson, who returns to the lineup tonight. Back up top, McTavish. Cross-ice pass is broken up and forced back to center. Now Mintyukov picks it up here. Breaking into the zone is Killorn. Back to McTavish. Ducks trying to set up here and get some pressure on this power play. McTavish now battling forward alongside Connor McDavid, who's here on the PK. Banked off the boards and cleared by the Oilers once again. And Edmonton already off to a quick start. Olin Zellweger now will pick it up here for the Oilers, trying to break this one through center. Pass back up then to Troy Terry, who tried to give that one over to Killorn. Stolen back then by Ty Emberson down low here in the corner. Terry trying to poke check that one free as well. Jabbing at that one in the corner. Killorn tried to feed it up top in front. McTavish shoots it wide of Jari. Now banked back up top. Mintyukov fires it on. Deflected away from Jari there also. Now down low behind the net. Emberson will clear that one off the boards all the way back into the Anaheim zone. Dostal behind the net then. Picked back up by Lacombe. Lacombe off the boards. Paling back to Seneca. Seneca over then for Cutter Gauthier. Banked off the boards around behind the net all the way back into the Anaheim zone. This is not a good power play here for the Ducks. Pretty lousy. Here's Jackson Lacombe, Olympic gold medalist. I don't believe he played in a game, but still a gold medalist regardless. Cleared again then by the Oilers, and that'll pretty much do it here for the Anaheim power play. That's a pretty not good power play by the Ducks. They couldn't even get in there in the offensive zone and get really that much time. Good kill by the Oilers. Puck is banked back out to center. Racing for it with speed then is Roslovic. He is hot today. Down low now, Hyman. Back ahead now to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl through center. Comes in, drop back to Roslovic. Up top then Bouchard, a shot. Gloved by Dostal. And he makes his first save of the game with 16:20 to go. You look at the last time these two teams played against each other, it was a multi-hat-trick game. Bouchard had a hat-trick, or not Bouchard. Ekholm had a hat-trick. Granlund had a hat-trick. I believe there was somebody else who had a hat-trick in that game also. It was a very, very, very highly offensive game. The final score was 7-4. And the fact that there were 3 hat-tricks that came out of that game was nuts. Face-off here, won by the Oilers. Bouchard up top. Back to Ekholm. Ekholm fires it on. That's denied by Dostal. Now Johnston picks it up on the right side. We'll feed it up then. And banked in down low by Harkins. Off the boards now behind the net. Jari plays it back down low. Ducks racing for it. Huge hit there by Johnston on Lazar. Played all the way back to center. Janmark played ahead. He'll race for that puck. He's hooked there by Weish, but he will not be called for it. Down low in the corner. Now is Mangiapane. A shot on goes wide. Played back up to the point. Stastny. Back up top again. Emberson. Down low, Henrique. Pass in front. And a shot goes wide there on Dostal. And cleared all the way back down into the Anaheim zone. Now Killorn will feed a pass to center. It's broken up by Stastny. Cleared ahead and back down low into the Ducks zone. So Jack Roslovic with the opening goal there about 13 seconds in. Here's Leo Carlsson breaking into the zone. He is offsides with 15:15 on the clock. Shots 2-2 here through the first 5 minutes or so. It is a 1-0 lead for the Oilers. And again, Roslovic has been a phenomenal acquisition for the Edmonton Oilers since coming in. 16 goals since coming in about November, I believe. That's pretty good numbers. And that's something you can be very happy with. Here's Killorn now taking the draw against Frederick. Face-off won then by Edmonton. Podkolzin played back down. Now Nurse will bank it off the board. Stolen back then. And Anaheim will regroup in their own end. Lacombe with 5 minutes gone. Breaking it out now through center, Carlson put it through the legs of Wallman, intercepted there off the boards. Hyman is hit and knocked back down low. It nearly was an offside for the Oilers, so I guess the Ducks player was doing him a favor. Dump back down low then into the Anaheim zone, battling forward in the corner is Frederick. Now cleared off the boards. Ducks will break it through center. Seneca comes in, drop back to Killorn. Killorn back down the right side. Pass in front, goes all the way back up in the air. Lacombe, he's got it back. Pass back over. Up top, Lacombe. Waits. Down low. Moore fires it. Save there in front. And taken back then by Frederick, who will get it to center. And dumps it down low. Darnell Nurse came into the zone there with speed. Ian Moore now will take it back here for Anaheim, breaking it through center. Terry comes in, shoots it, and blocked by Ekholm there in the corner. 6 minutes gone in period number 1. Paling up top, try to deke around there, comes into the zone, waits. Below the goal line, pass in front, jabbing at that puck, save there by Jari. Puck is played ahead then to center. Back over then for Moore. Moore battling for it with Hyman. Back over to Paling. Let's go Ducks. Love to hear that. Welcome back to the stream. Larry Nintendo, good to see you. Here's Connor McDavid. Down low to Ekholm. A shot goes wide of Dostal there yet again. Puck slides all the way back into the Edmonton zone. It's Stastny, who was a recent acquisition, kind of, by the Oilers. Here's Draisaitl now breaking it through center. Draisaitl cross-ice pass up top. Edmonton trying to move that one back up top. Draisaitl shoots it. Save there by Dostal. Savoy now off the boards. Back to Draisaitl in the corner. Matt Savoy already with a point tonight. Stastny clears it down low. Oilers trying to pressure. Ducks will get it off. Trouba on the right side. Banked off the boards and back into the Edmonton zone. Will it be an icing? Yes, it will. 12:50 left to go here in period number 1. The Anaheim Ducks and the Oilers, 1-0 Edmonton. Shots are 3 apiece here in this period. Again, both teams looking for points to advance themselves in a Pacific Division spot. This could possibly be a playoff matchup. Whether you want to admit that or not, it could be. Shot from up top, saved by Dostal. Rebounds there, jabbing at that puck. And cleared away then by the Ducks. Emberson back to center. McTavish will flick that one down low. Oilers are Diddy's favorite team. Here's Stastny. Cross-ice pass off the boards. Emberson back ahead then to Lazar. Broken up then by the Ducks. Coming into the zone now is Harkins. Backhanded around now behind the net. Back over then for Moore. Ian Moore back to Curtis Lazar. Emberson battling forward in the corner also. Banked around then behind the net to Stastny. Up ahead to Mangiapane, who will circle around and now regroup. Stastny off the boards to Mangiapane. Mangiapane will clear it around then behind the net back to Lazar. Lazar stolen back then by Killorn. Through center is Olin Zellweger. He'll backhand it into the Edmonton zone. Picked up by Wallman down low, who tries to clear it away. He'll get it up to Lazar. Cross-ice pass ahead. Down on the ground then is Podkolzin. Ducks get it back and regroup. 11:40 left to go here in period number 1. Shots 4-3 in favor of the Oilers. Now Carlson, a shot. Saved there by Jari. Played back up top. Another chance goes wide. Oilers trying to get it back. Here's Vasily Podkolzin. 3-on-2. Podkolzin trying to break it into the zone. Stolen back then by the Ducks. Killorn through center. Back ahead then. Zellweger is intercepted. Now Darnell Nurse takes it back. Nurse, cross-ice pass goes up in the air. Back down low for Savoy. Battling forward with Killorn. Bank back up top. Nugent Hopkins. Nuge moves in, fires it wide. It goes in on Dostal. He'll make the save. Now pass in front. They score! Ryan Nugent Hopkins with the pass down low. And it is now 2-0 Oilers. And the loud boos here from the crowd. There are a lot of Oilers fans here in Anaheim, but nice little pass in front there. And just like that, we go from a 0-0 hockey game to 2-0 Edmonton in the span of 10 minutes. Look at that. Connor McDavid with another assist. Nice shot for Nuge. He got that right in there, top corner on Dostal before he could cover up. And not the start, the doctor order for the Ducks. Face-off here now, won by the Ducks. They'll clear it down low into the zone. Ekholm battling for it then with Mintyukov. Played ahead back to center. Flipped into the zone by Hyman. Hyman down low battling for it then with Jeffrey Vale. Now below the line, Cutter Gauthier. Broken up now through center, Mason McTavish. McTavish drop back, pass back over. Gauthier poke checked away by Ekholm. Gauthier now down low, cleared back up top. Lacombe over then as the Ducks will regroup for it here. 10:20 left to go in the first. Here's Roslovic coming back into the zone. Drop back to Draisaitl. Fires it wide of Dostal. As we approach the halfway mark, another chance in front. Saved by Dostal with 10:11 to go. Shots are 6-4 in favor of the Oilers, and it's Jack Roslovic and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with the goals. It's 2-0 Edmonton here nearly halfway. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Also, like the stream. Give the stream a like down below. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentaries. I would greatly appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me. Let's take a look at the status report here. First and foremost, that Nugent-Hopkins goal was assisted by McDavid and Savoy, so we are not even 10 minutes in. Matt Savoy with a multi-point game. That's great to see. The status report per NHL.com heading into this game, and it's a lengthy one. McDavid took part in the Oilers' morning skate and will play after representing Team Canada in the Olympics. Henrique is expected to be activated from the injury reserve after missing 15 games with a UBI. Kasperi Kapanen is expected to miss the next 2 games. Savoy was called from Bakersfield as a multi-point game here tonight. Carlson will return after missing 11 games. He is in here tonight. Vetrano has recovered from a fractured shoulder. He has been away from the team since personal reasons and remains on the IR. Lacombe will play after helping Team USA win gold, quote unquote. Granlund was injured playing for Team Finland. He is not in the lineup tonight. And then Joel Quenneville said he expects the forward to be back on the ice later this week. And the Ducks recalled Tim Wash and Ian Moore from San Diego on Tuesday. Very eventful last couple of days here for both sides. You take a look at the guy in Cutter Gauthier. Last 8 games, 5 goals, 4 assists, 33 shots. He leads the Ducks in goals and points this season. And that's a kid there in his sophomore year who is likely going to score at least 35 in the NHL. Can totally see him getting at least 10 more goals this season. 10:11 to go here in the opening period. Face-off coming up here now in the Anaheim zone, won by the Ducks. Shots are 7-4 in favor of Edmonton. They've been the better team here so far. Cleared back into the Edmonton zone. We are halfway through this first period of live commentary action between the Ducks and the Oilers. Puck is cleared down low into the Edmonton zone. Battling for it on the right side is Nurse alongside Moore. Played back up top now, Mintyukov below the line. Trying to carry that one and battling forward with Draisaitl. Cleared back down low behind the net then, Johnston. Ross Johnston trying to play this one as well. Cross-ice pass for Harkins. Up top, shot. They score! It's Ian Moore with the goal after being called up on Wednesday. And the Ducks have struck back. It's 2-1. And this is a huge one. And I don't know, guys. Something tells me that this is going to be a pretty damn high-scoring game. Ian Moore, blindside on Jari, slap shot from up top. Assisted by Jansen Harkins and Ross Johnston. And it is a 2-1 hockey game here in Anaheim. And things are immediately getting interesting here in the Honda Center. And who would have thought? Ian Moore with the goal. It is 2-1. 9.5 minutes to go exactly. Face-off won by the Oilers. They will dump it down low then into the Anaheim zone. Killorn now battling forward in the corner. Taken back then And a pass back over, then intercepted Mangiapane back to Seneca. Back at Seneca, will bank this one off the boards and back down low then into the Edmonton end. Cleared off the boards, Draisaitl back over then to McTavish. McTavish banked out to center. Janmark fighting for it with Killorn. Back down low, Gudas. With 9 minutes to go here in period number 1. Shot 7-5. At center ice now, it's Paling battling for it. Stolen back by McDavid. McDavid to Nuge. Nuge over to Hyman. Broken up then by the Ducks. Paling will flip this one all the way back to center. Ekholm will grab it now for the Oilers. Moves it around behind the Edmonton net. Will try and bank it out to center. Kept in by the Ducks. Right side. Below the line now is Paling in front. Trouba shot saved by Jarry. And that nearly tied the game. Here's Lacombe back for Terry. Troy Terry now loops around back up top. Trouba shoots it. Saved by Jarry. Ekholm now kind of stumbling to that puck there down low. Played away then by Bouchard. Evan Bouchard now will regroup down low. Here is your annual Watch with Nordic 6-7 for the second straight game. Here's Ekholm back to Henrique. Bank back down low into the Anaheim zone. Ian Moore off the boards then down low to Podkolzin. Played back up top. Wallman to Nurse. Nurse waits, fires it, and it deflects off the boards back down low. Podkolzin now to Wallman. Wallman back over then for Podkolzin. Will backhand it around behind the net. Now Henrique trying to feed a pass in front. Podkolzin here down low. Will battle for that puck on the right side. Banked all the way up top. Wallman pass back over is blocked and stolen back by the Ducks and trying to play that one down low the other way. Here's Leo Carlson again in his return tonight. Pass in front, and Vale can't take a shot on there. It's cleared all the way out of play, and that should be a penalty. That was a delay of game. That should be a delay of game penalty right there on the Oilers. And they're going to head to the power play. Yes, Anaheim power play coming up. Delay of game against the Oilers. Adam Henrique will go to the box. And that being said, folks, we are in our second commercial break, which means it is time for our Watch with Nordic trivia question. So the trivia question for today, who had the most points during the Oilers-Ducks 2017 playoff series? I will give you a hint. It is an active player. They are currently playing in this game right now. It is an active player, and they are playing in this game right now. Please try and guess off the top of your head. I will not tell you whether you are right or wrong. You just have to guess in the comment section down below, and the answer will be revealed in the first commercial break of period number 3. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Also, like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary also. Pretty good one here tonight. I'm feeling like it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I just have that feeling it's going to be one of those games, and I'm looking forward to it. So it's Jack Roslovic, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Ian Moore who get the scoring going. I'm fairly confident that is Ian Moore's first goal in a commentary stream. It is only his third of the year. Again, he's more or less viewed as like a 7th defenseman. All right. Welcome back here from the Honda Center. Shots are 7-6 in favor of the Oilers. We are going to be getting a Anaheim Ducks power play. It's going to be Adam Henrique, 2 minutes for hooking. And the Oilers with a big kill coming up here. The Ducks get their second power play of the game, a big opportunity. So some good chances here for both ends. And again, that Anaheim play is fed completely off of the pass down low from Ross Johnston. And that's the fourth line getting it done there for the Ducks. That led to that Moore goal. And we will see if this top unit can convert here on the power play. It'll be Curtis Lazar taking the draw against Ryan Poehling. 7:09 remaining in the period. So my clock's a little bit off. I apologize. Face off is now won here by the Ducks. Up top, Lacombe. Cross ice pass to Kreider. Kreider down low then for Seneca. Seneca behind the net. Thrown back to Kreider as they start their second unit on the ice. Kreider back up top, Lacombe. Lacombe there on the right side. Tries bringing it down low. Will drop it back up to Cutter Gauthier. Gauthier, team leader in goals this season. Lacombe down low to Gauthier. Gauthier up to Lacombe. Lacombe fires it. Deflected up in the air and high of the net. Now Seneca. Back up top to Gauthier. Gauthier to the point to Lacombe. Down low then. Harkins to Kreider. Save. Rebound. Gauthier a shot. Saved by Jari. And cleared back around then behind the net. Played back up top. Poehling trying to keep that one in the zone. He'll do so successfully. Puck slides in on Jari. He will cover. And some pushing and shoving here down low as things get further more physical. And that should not be a big surprise. Shots are 9-7 in favor of the Ducks. I feel like ever since Dostal allowed that second goal, it's been pretty much all Ducks here. These last few minutes, they're pushing for that game-time goal already. 1:11 to go on the power play. Good pressure there by Anaheim on that man advantage. That's exactly what you want. Face off here now in the Edmonton zone. What's up, Tim? Good evening, sir. How are we doing? Face off here in the Anaheim zone, won by the Ducks. Up top, down low now. Carlson in front of McTavish, who can't get the shot on. Terry feeds it up top. Minchukov fires it wide. McTavish takes it back now below the goal line. Mason McTavish. Killorn. Back to McTavish. Pass over is broken up. And here's Connor McDavid. 1-0 on Minchukov. Short end. Nugent Hopkins joins the rush. Pass over. He can't convert. Here's Troy Terry now racing for it with speed. Terry coming into the zone. Dekes the defenders. Loses the puck. And Jari gives it back to McDavid. Flips it up then for Nurse. Nurse will clear. 25 seconds to go here on the power play. Ducks trying to bank it back down low. Savoy steals it back and cleared down low into the zone. Dostal behind the net then. Taken back by Leo Carlson. No problem, Tim. Here's Trouba. Behind the net then. Jari on the right side. Cleared back down low then for Stastny. Stolen back then by Killorn. Up top, Trouba. Throws it in the corner around then behind the net. McTavish. Below the goal line. Pass in front. Deflected there by Carlson. Now Draisaitl back over then for Jackson Lacombe. Lacombe down low then for Carlson. Off the boards here now. Draisaitl back over for Henrique. Intercepted to the line. Ducks keep it in. Killorn down low. Looks. Pass over. And Trouba can't convert. Offensive chances galore. Here's Draisaitl now. 2-on-2 with Henrique. Henrique down low. Can't get the puck on his stick. 4.5 minutes to go. Power play is over, by the way. Apologies. I forgot to remove this off of the graphic. I forget about that sometimes. Here's Bouchard now regrouping with it down low. Puck is dumped all the way back into the Anaheim zone. It's in on Dostal. He'll make the save and some pushing and shoving furthermore down low here in the corner. I believe it might be an icing, actually. And yeah, some fisticuffs being thrown here, of course, between these two teams. And are we surprised? I'm not. I'm definitely not. Tim, did you hear about Tyler Myers? He's held out of the Canucks lineup due to trade reasons. Thought that was interesting. So again, it is Roslovic, Nugent Hopkins, and more. And giving me a lot of work to do in this second intermission. Or this first intermission, sorry. Faceoff's going to come in the Edmonton zone. 4:22 to go. First game back of the Olympic break between these two teams. Face-off one now by the Oilers. Bouchard banks it off the boards back up top. Ducks trying to keep it in. Down low now, battling forward is Seneca. Stolen back then by Edmonton. Draisaitl ahead then for Roslovic. 2-on-1 back over to Hyman, who can't get that puck clearly on his stick. Here come the Ducks now through center. Seneca comes into the zone, looks around for options, banks it down low then for McTavish. This Ducks team, young and creative. They got some guys who can move the puck really well, great passers, and a lot of guys who have really good shots. Here's Ekholm now dumping it down low into the zone. Dostal behind the net. And again, like, they were one of the better teams in the NHL to start the season. It's been a little bit touch and go since then, but hopefully they can turn this one around and be more touch than go. Shot in front there for Podkolzin, denied by Dostal. And there's another big save from the Czech goaltender. Shots 9-8 in favor of Anaheim. 3:31 to go in this first period. 2-1. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Like the stream. Subscribe down below. Feeling pretty good. We'll be live tomorrow for 2 more commentary streams. That'll be Lightning, Hurricanes, and Sharks and Flames tomorrow. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, I'm going to try and do a little bit more of those. A couple of the goaltenders I want to do. I do want to talk about Tolopilo. I don't think enough people talk about him. Kind of trying to do some spotlights on different guys that aren't talked about that much, but also talking about the guys that are talked about a lot. Hoping to put together a Moritz Seider video, also coming up soon. But yeah, a couple different ideas I got flowing. But I appreciate that. Thank you. It did pretty well too, which I'm happy with. Trying to post 2 shorts a day, 1 long-form video a day, and then if we have streams, we have streams. Yeah, I think Kosa will be good. I mean, people kind of forget about him because, you know, again, like, he's been in the AHL for so long. But when that guy comes up for Detroit, I think he has a lot of upside. Helps you in fantasy stuff. Yeah, I bet. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this late night. For the East Coast, it's late night. You look at the Anaheim Ducks' remaining schedule here. They have 26 games in 51 days. 15 of them are at home. 11 are on the road. 9 games against current playoff teams. They play the Oilers twice, Nashville twice, San Jose twice, and Utah once more as well. And hopefully we'll be live for some of those commentaries later on in the month as well. I don't think I have any more planned Duck streams, but you never know. Puck slides in here on Dostal. He will make the save with 3:13 to go. You look at Anaheim. Again, as I said, they started off the year really good. They were struggling, obviously, as of late. I think they need a big next quarter of the season here to boost themselves into the playoffs. But the potential is there. It's just a matter of can they capitalize on it. Clear back up top. Bouchard back down low to McDavid. McDavid pass in front, broken up then by the Ducks. Poke checked ahead then by Harkins. Stolen back then by Matthias Ekholm. 3 minutes to go here in period number 1. Nugent Hopkins back to Ekholm. Ekholm off the boards to McDavid. Stolen back then by the Ducks. Trouba below the line, cleared back ahead then and backhanded down low into the Edmonton zone. Johnston fighting for it now with Bouchard. Trying to kick that one away then down low in the corner. Harkins battling for it back over to McDavid. McDavid down low then for McTavish. Trying to play that one to center. Connor McDavid broken ahead then for Nuge. Back to McDavid. 4-on-3 into the zone now as the Ducks break it in. Shot denied there. Rebounds in front of Dostal. Jabbing at that puck. McTavish will clear. It's kept in the zone. Nurse. Back over then to Nuge. Back up top. Nurse to Wallman. Wallman comes in. Can't get the shot on as he's blocked. McDavid now behind the net. Feeds it up top. Poke checked by an Anaheim stick. And back all the way down low to the Edmonton zone. 2 minutes to go here in this chaotic first period. Trouba back down low now, banked off the boards to center. Now Paling battling for it. Oilers trying to take it back. Cleared off the right side now, Jake Wallman. And a whistle blown here. And I think there's a huge hit there on Wallman, and now a massive line brawl ensues. As I think Ross Johnston hit Wallman. I didn't see the play. It was away from the camera. And I think there may be some penalties assessed here. We shall see. We found out during this Olympic break that Peter Mrazek, the backup for the Anaheim Ducks, is facing a season-ending surgery. So now the goaltending tandem for Anaheim for the remainder of the year most likely is going to be Ville Husso and Lucas Dostal. Lucas Dostal played for Czechia in the Winter Olympics. Put up some good numbers. He was pretty good. Nearly beat Canada. Johnston and Nurse. That'd be a good scrap. 1:40 to go in this opening frame. Cleared out to center. Ducks trying to play that one ahead. Stolen back then by Ekholm off the boards. Down low now, Trouba. Trouba back to the right side. Zellweger. Cross-ice pass to Terry. Flick back down low into the zone. Now Stastny will regroup behind the net. Stastny banked off the boards. Ducks trying to get that one down low. Fed back up top to Moore, who keeps it in with his stick. Nice play. Down low in the corner. Terry battling forward over then for Paling. Paling battling forward in the corner with Emberson. Cleared back up top. Moore. Cross-ice pass. Here's Kreider, a shot, tipped away back down low. Last minute, a play here in this opening period. 2-on-2. Roslovic to Draisaitl, back to Savoy, down low, fires it, saved by Dostal. Now down low, it's Moore behind the net. 45 seconds to go, shots now 10-9 in favor of Edmonton. Darnell Nurse clears it down low. Grabbing that one then with care as Dostal fires it around. It's kept in by Wallman, who will bank it down low in the corner. Huge cross check there from behind by Lazar on Minchukov. Puck is banked all the way back to center. There's been a lot of physicality here tonight. Cutter Gauthier drop back to Carlson. Whistle blown here. And a penalty's coming up against the Ducks. It's going to be Cutter Gauthier to the box for a hook. And the Oilers, with 17 seconds left, will head to the power play. Now some furthermore pushing and shoving here also. And yup, there you go. Edmonton will head to the power play for the first time tonight. Some good chances for both sides. Both sides are getting their opportunities. It's just a matter of, can you convert? And I had a feeling that heading into this game would be a high-scoring affair just because it's the Oilers. And the Oilers always love to put on a show. Whether it's a good show or a bad show, they always put one on. That's a definite. 17 seconds to go here in this first period. Oilers power play. Face-off won by Bouchard. Cleared back down low, then McDavid with 12 to go. McDavid behind the net. Looks for options. Pass back down low. Draisaitl to Bouchard. Down low, Nuge. Nuge can't get the shot on. Regrouping around 3 seconds left. Bouchard fires it. Saved by Dostal. Rebounds there, and the buzzer blows. End of 20 here in Honda Center. And it is a 2-1 lead for the Edmonton Oilers. Jack Roslovic, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Ian Moore with the goals. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for the start of the second period momentarily. As you can tell down here, this is the count until the start of the second. In the meantime, we will edit some commentary clips, update the scoring sheet, talk about that first period. and also talk about the other games in the NHL here tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. What did I think of the Gauthier trade? I hated it from the start. I mean, again, if he didn't want to play here, he didn't want to play here. That's the blunt of it, but I feel like the Flyers could have handled it better, in my opinion. But that's what I think. So, whatever. All right, let me make the we're gonna make the Roslovic goal into a commentary short. Oh, sweaty forehead. All right. All right. All right. 13 seconds in. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new to the channel, of course. Yeah, it was a funny one. I hated it from the start. Was never really a big fan of it. Because it as much as, he didn't want to play here, and as much as, yeah, we hate him. Imagine if we had him right now. Imagine if the Flyers had Gauthier right now. We'd be looked at as such a different team. But oh my god, my thing is so laggy. Yeah, 13 seconds in, just Chuck. Crazy stuff. Appreciate you being here, though. No problem. Yeah, Nugent-Hopkins with a nice pass in front. Let's go through that first period. End of 20, and it is a 2-1 lead for the Edmonton Oilers. They will have a power play that will carry over, but let's go over the goals. 13 seconds in. Off the face-off, Darnell Nurse takes it down low. He passes it back then for Savoy. Savoy banks it off the boards then for Roslovic, who came in, past the defense, scored it top corner on Lucas Dostal, and made it a 1-0 lead then for the Oilers just 13 seconds in. Not too long afterwards, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins off a face-off. It was a pass down low by Connor McDavid, who fed it in front. Nuge tucked it on that top corner there for Dostal yet again. And it was 2-0 Oilers. But the Ducks would respond pretty much right away. And it would be Ian Moore who came right into the zone. Just a slap shot from down low. A nice pass by Jansen Harkins. Feeds it up front. Moore wires it into the back of the net. It was a howitzer. And it gave the Ducks a goal on the board. And they only trail by 1 here in this 10:30 p.m. matchup. You take a look at the last time these two teams played each other. Again, I highlighted it a couple of times here tonight, and it was an insane game between the Oilers and the Ducks back on January 26th. I kind of wish I did this game. I was streaming a different game. It was a dual hat trick night. Matthias Ekholm and Mikael Granlund both collectively scored hat tricks in this game. And again, this comes right after the Oilers Caps game we did where Bouchard scored a hattie. And he became the first defenseman in 20 years to do so. Ekholm did it the next game. So the fact that we went from, no defenseman scoring hat tricks for the Oilers in, 2 years to 2, was nuts. And then Granlund as well, who's not playing in this game, also with a hat trick in that one. Also, Beckett Seneca, most notably, also had a multi-point game as well. So that was the last time these two teams played each other. Uploading the Roslovic goal here quick. There we go. As always, thank you all very much for tuning in and your continued support. It means a lot to me. It's been a fun couple of weeks. And again, even if the views aren't as good as they were in the Olympics, that's okay. We don't do it for the views here on this channel. We do it purely for the commentary and purely to hang out with you guys and purely to have fun. And that's what it's all about. And I don't fully mind having a stream like this where it's chill, laid back, you know, like 40 people in here, because sometimes when we do the big streams, it can get a little bit chaotic. And that's fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But sometimes it's nice to have a nice little chill, laid back stream with some of you guys who are long-term watchers and overall good people. And fun to talk hockey with. So give me a couple moments to take a breather. Like the stream down below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And we'll get ready for the second period in about 10 minutes. We'll go over the other games in the NHL also here in a moment. Just updating this quickly. Jack Roslovic was scoring quite good before the injury. Now not so much. Yeah. I think he's still been useful, though, for the Oilers, in a way. Maybe he's not 100%. Who knows? That could be very possible.
Welcome to Frankly Hockey at the intermission. I'm John Butchergross, alongside the hockey insider Frank Saravalli. We're here on Victory Plus 5 days a week, 9 a.m. Pacific time, talking hockey for 1 hour strong. But for now, we're at the intermission, Frank, and let's talk about Jackson LaCombe. Named to Team USA, of course, heading into the Olympics.
And then Connor McDavid, another assist.
In the end on the squad, on the ice, but what did he learn from the Olympics?
Connor McDavid, 39 points in live commentary streams. Oilers is a nice name, yep. Watching the game with this is the commentary really helps for someone new to hockey. Well, welcome to hockey, bro. I appreciate you giving our sport a try. I like to think that most of us are kind people. I'm kind, so you don't have to worry about that. But, yeah, welcome, man. It's good to have you here. We welcome all 32 teams and then some. Sometimes we get some fans that are just like European fans. I think that's pretty cool. So it'll be Roslovic from Nugent-Hopkins as well as Roslovic, Nugent-Hopkins, and Ian Moore with the goals. Itchy nose. Sorry. Ian Moore, I believe that is his first goal and point in a commentary stream. It's always fun to add even more, people to the stat sheet all time. There has been a total of 710 players who have scored at least a goal or a point in a Watch with Nordic commentary stream. Again, as I said, soon I'll make this spreadsheet available for you guys. What's up, Jeff? Yeah, it's been a good game so far. I've enjoyed it. Good to see you here, bro. Jansen Harkins, first point as well. Probably Ross Johnston's too, actually.
lineup to crack, you could make the argument that this was the best defense core of any Olympic team. It's not just in USA hockey history. It was already that. But you're going to have to compare this one.
Yep, it is his first one.
With Sochi, with Canada in 2002, with all the Hall of Famers that they had in Salt Lake City. That's how good 10 years from now we're going to look back and say, wait, how many Hall of Famers did this USA blue line have? And for Jackson McComb to be in there and soak all that in, it's only going to mean big things for the Ducks moving forward.
Yeah, 25 years old.
All right, there we go. All-time score sheet is fully updated and are all good to go. Let's take a look at the other scores around the NHL. Again, it is an 8-game night in the National Hockey League and all the other games that are going on here tonight. Starting off with the games that have concluded. Devils and Sabres, 2-1 win for the Sabres. We were live for that earlier today. Tage Thompson and Peyton Krebs, multi-point games. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, 27 saves on 28 shots. Flyers and Capitals, 3-1 win for Washington. Saw Rasmus Sandin, Trevor Van Riemsdyk, and Alexei Protas get on the board there, and it was a 3-1 win for the Capitals. Maple Leafs and Lightning was a 4-2 dub. Saw Nikita Kucherov get on the board, Gage Gonzalez, Braden Point had 2 goals as well, and then Tavares and Nyes with the goals there for Toronto. Stars and Kraken was a 4-1 win for Dallas. So Wyatt Johnston scored 2 goals. Sam Steele and Matt Duchene. Johnston yet again another power play goal. Riker Evans picked up a late goal in the third to make it a 4-1 final. The games that are currently going on right now, there are 4 of them. Avalanche and Mammoth is 4-2 Colorado in the third period. Canucks and Jets is 2-1 Vancouver in the second. Golden Knights and Kings is 1-1 in the second also, and it is also a goal for Artemi, or a assist for Artemi Panarin in his first point. And then obviously Oilers and Ducks is 2-1 in favor of the Oilers. Edmonton, by the way, will carry over a power play for about a minute 42. For those who are inquiring, they will get a minute 42 of power play time, which is great. And we have now 4 minutes to go until the start of period number 2. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel if you're new down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, of course. We'll be back tomorrow for 2 more commentaries to wrap up the month of February. It'll be Lightning, Hurricanes, and Sharks and Flames. A special surprise tomorrow for Lightning and Hurricanes coming up later on. It will be announced tomorrow. All right, I'm going to go use the bathroom really quick before we get started with the second period. I will be right back in just a moment. Alrighty, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. I greatly appreciate all your support. A little tired, not gonna lie. All right. So again, Oilers will get a 5-on-4 power play for 1:42 as we furthermore move into the third. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of the second period here between the Edmonton Oilers and the Anaheim Ducks, live from the Honda Center. First period recap, goals were scored by, in this order, Jack Roslovic, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Ian Moore, make it a 2-1 lead for the Oilers after 20 minutes of play, getting ready for the middle frame here. Stats through 20, shots were 10-10 in favor of nobody. It was a tie, because that's what happens when it's 10-10 or 9-9 or 8-8 or whatever. Face-off percentage was also a tie, 50% for both sides. Both teams won 8 face-offs. Power plays, Ducks are 0 for 2. Oilers remain to be seen, depending on whether or not they can kill this one off. Hits were 8-7 in favor of Edmonton. Block shots 3-2 in favor of the Oilers. These two teams will face off one more time, and that'll come late March, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time matchup between these two teams. I believe it will be in Edmonton. And all you can do is hope for the best. Again, a power play coming up. It'll be 1:42 of power play time here for the Edmonton Oilers, and a chance to potentially expand the lead here. But it was a really good period, a really good start from Edmonton. Matthew Savoy, multi-point game tonight. He's put up the numbers, and he's just been so much fun to watch. Savoy slowly improving as the year goes along. He was down in the AHL, getting some time while the Olympic break was going on. Comes up here to Anaheim, 2 assists in that first period. Maybe he can continue that here furthermore. Showing off the goals here on my screen. Again, it was Roslovic, Nugent-Hopkins, and Moore who scored the goals. And again, good movement here by the fourth line of the Ducks to get that puck up top to Moore, who had no idea, or Jari had no idea. And it was an absolute howitzer up over the glove of Jari and into the net. Here we go, period number 2. Power play for the Oilers to start. And we are underway. Face-off one then by Edmonton. It's Bouchard who will drop it back then for Connor McDavid. McDavid comes through, moves in, fires it. Saved by Dostal. Try to get the rebound there. Paling now down low, stolen back then and cleared. Kept in then by the Oilers. Bouchard to McDavid. Pass over. Draisaitl waits up top. Bouchard to Draisaitl. What a block by Pavel Mintyukov. Dostal should thank him, because if he didn't block that, that was going in. Here's Leon Draisaitl. Below the goal line now, will throw a cross-ice pass to McDavid. Connor McDavid, pass in front, blocked. Now Trouba will steal that one back and clear it all the way down low into the Edmonton zone. What's up, Sharky? Welcome back. Yeah, it's the grind of the playoffs. Here's Leon Draisaitl. Holds it on the right side. Pass back is poke checked away. Now Nugent-Hopkins off the boards. Back down low. Hyman looks for options. Poke checked away. He'll keep that puck. Pass back up top then Bouchard. Evan Bouchard to Nuge. Down low McDavid. McDavid gets kind of held off that puck there a little bit. Now Hyman battling for it in the corner. Jabbing at that puck. It'll go in on Dostal. He will make the save with 26 seconds to go. Shots 11-10. In favor of the Oilers, and the best player in the world here, showing us why he is. The immense speed and the immense skill from this hockey player, and a big block as well by Mintyukov on Leon Draisaitl. If Draisaitl got that shot through, it'd be a 3-1 hockey game right now. Face-off again now is won by the Oilers. Up top, Wallman a shot off of Dostal and wide. Kicked ahead then by Paling, who will try and get it to center. Oilers bank back down low. It's Wallman. What's up, Jack? Hey, he kept his promise. Told me he'd be back in the stream. Here's Podkolzin back up top to Roslovic. Trying to play that one down low. Power play will come to a close. And that'll do it. Jari will touch it, and we have another penalty coming up here, corresponding with the Gauthier penalty. We're now going to see the Oilers go to the box. It's a Ducks power play. The referees are calling everything here tonight. And you look at it, yeah. That's a slash. I mean, like, you can't really defy that. That's a slash. Yes, sir. Tune into the Nordcast tomorrow. New episode. All right, power play coming up here then for Anaheim. Ooh, I apologize. I let my clock run out. Let's try that again. All right, Anaheim power play. They're 0 for 2 tonight. This is their third of the game already. Ducks now breaking through the zone. It's Terry. Into the zone, loops it back around. Pass back up top. Minchukov pass down low. Carlson a chance. Rebounds in front. And Jari somehow kept it out. Oilers clear. And I thought for sure for a second there the Ducks were going to tie it. They had an open lane but couldn't get it past. Ducks will drop it back now. It's Carlson. Leo Carlson off the boards then to Paling. Paling comes in. Shoots it. Glove by Jari. And it might have been high and wide actually. I apologize. Bouchard steals it back. He will clear it to center. Shorthanded 2-on-2. McDavid with Nuge. Nuge through the legs. Broken up. Here's Killorn now with speed. It's a 2-on-1. Killorn into the zone. Back over to Terry. Broken up. Ducks keep it in, though. Here's a shot from McTavish. Broken up top. Carlson save. Rebounds in front. They score! The Ducks have tied the hockey game. It's Alex Killorn picking up the rebound in front. And we are dead even here in the second. Alex Killorn picks up a rebound in front. It's a power play goal, assisted by Leo Carlson and Mason McTavish. Don't go anywhere. This one's getting interesting. Alex Killorn, his 8th goal of the season, hasn't really scored that often here for the Ducks. A good veteran presence on this roster. Just picks up the crash in front. Thank you, Hugh. I think it's a great ad. It really helps out with people telling where we're at. Here's Lacoma's shot, saved by Jari off the boards. Now the Oilers trying to bank that one away. It's a power play goal. The first one of the game for either side. And we are tied at 2 apiece. Behind the net now, Wash battling for it with Hyman. Now Harkins bank back down low into the corner as well. Podkolzin up top. Savoy back down low, intercepted then by Johnston. Broken away then by Draisaitl. Draisaitl battling for it with Moore. Broken up. Cleared to center. Harkins 2-on-2 is this 4th line out there for Anaheim. Lacombe tried to deke in. Cross ice pass broken up. Tried to send Draisaitl the other way. It's taken back then by Moore. Ian Moore now will break it through the zone. Dumps it into the Edmonton end. Icing against Anaheim. The Nordcast is our hockey podcast. I should do a better job at promoting it here on the chat, but we have a hockey podcast called the Nordcast. It is on the Nordcast network. If you go to my channels on my page, you'll find it. I think we're close to 100 subscribers on it. Yep, Killorn still got it. Face-off coming up here now at center. 4 minutes gone in this second period, and there's been a lot of physicality tonight. Terry getting into it with Mangiapane. And they're still pushing at each other. Face-off coming here now yet again. It'll be Terry fighting with Mangiapane even still. Face-off won by the Oilers. Lazar now off the boards, trying to bank it back to center. Carlson. Stolen back then, offsides here on Anaheim. Shots are 14-11. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. We are 12 subscribers away from 5,100. Thank you all so much for your continued support the last couple of weeks. Face off again now at center is won by Anaheim. Cleared back down low into the Edmonton zone. It's Jake Wallman. Off the boards for Darnell Nurse. Mangiapane tried to bank it off the board. Stolen back then by the Ducks. Down low in the corner now. Killorn tried to throw it to center. Behind the net now, Carlson. Picks it up here for the Ducks. Carlson cross-ice pass up top. Moore. Down low. Pass over, and Jari will cover up. Itchy nose yet again. Take a look at the Western Conference standings. Again, as I said, like, these two teams are battling for a wild card, for a playoff spot right now. And honestly, depending on how you look at it, they could be battling for home ice advantage. This could be a playoff series that we see in the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's not impossible. If the season ended today, they would face each other. Obviously, again, there's still plenty of time to go in the NHL season. So the odds are maybe the Kings get back into it or Seattle gets into it, but these two teams, they're heated and fierce. This could be a fun matchup if we get to the playoffs. At the point now, Paling battling forward with Gauthier. Paling back to Gauthier now, trying to bring it back below the line. Fires it on, tipped by Jeffrey Vale and wide. Now Trouba up top, trying to bank it off the boards, battling for it down low in the corner. Bouchard will pick it back up. Evan Bouchard off the boards, clear down low then. Vale try to feed that one in front. Ducks get it back. Ryan Paling trying to feed this one up top. Lacombe back to Paling. Paling clears it down low to Bouchard. Bouchard with 14:45 to go in the second. Broken up then by Gauthier. Gauthier comes in one-on-one, dekes through, looks, and loses it in his skates. Here's Connor McDavid. 3-on-2. McDavid with Nuge and Hyman. Played back down low. McDavid tried to feed a pass in front. Banked off the boards behind the net. It's on top of the net. And they blow the play dead. That's a funny moment there. You want to know the trivia question? Hang on a second. The trivia question for today's commentary stream. Who had the most points during the Oilers-Ducks 2017 playoff series? So again, it's not that difficult of a question as a current NHLer who is playing in this game. He is a current NHLer playing in this game right now. Face off here now, won by the Ducks. Broken through center, cleared in down low. Racing for it then is Minchukov tried to play it in front. Below the line now. Cleared back up top. Shot on. Deflected. Oilers will try and bank it out to center. Now Harkins down low behind the net then. In the corner, Washi will bank it up top. Moore to Minchukov. Back up top. Shot there from Harkins goes wide. Now Minty down low then, battling with Nurse. Washi also battling forward as well. Played back over then. Carlson up top. Harkins down low. Killorn, shot saved by Jari if that even got on. Now Draisaitl takes it back. Here he comes through center. Draisaitl to Roslovic. Roslovic comes in, shoots it. Saved by Dostal. 13:35 left to go. As I update my clock, which for some reason I guess I turned it off by accident. Alex Killorn ties the game at 2. And it should be an interesting one here from the Honda Center. Shots are 15-12. Both goaltenders not sporting the greatest save percentage in the world right now, that's for sure. Hopefully it'll improve. Excuse me. Sneezing up a storm over here. A little tired as well. Again, 2 games tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. 13 likes. Awesome. I appreciate it, guys. I gotta sneeze again. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what's happening. It's not like I've been sitting here for like 5 hours. Face-off coming here now inside of the Anaheim zone. 13:35 to go. Face-off won by the Ducks. Here's Zellweger. Banked out to center. Now McTavish battling forward off the boards. Henrique. Stolen back and try to clear it to center. Ducks get it back. Seneca comes in, waits, looks, pass over. Broken up then by Podkolzin. Vasily Podkolzin will clear it all the way back to center. Now Zellweger battling forward with Killorn. Banked off the boards. Oilers keep it in. Podkolzin. Down low then Henrique. Fighting with Zellweger now. Cleared around behind the net. Then back up top to Emberson. Emberson to Frederick. Trent Frederick kind of loses his balance there. Played back down low then for Gudis. Over behind the net then Zellweger. Off the boards for Killorn. Stolen back then by the Oilers and cleared to center. Henrique. Cross-ice pass then back for McTavish. Now Ekholm battling forward here again down low. Will backhand it to center. Roslovic. Deegan around then. Stolen back by the Ducks. Zellweger will bank it off the boards. Back down low then into the Edmonton zone. Cross-ice pass tipped in the air and back down low then into the Oilers end. Roslovic back for Hyman. Hyman fighting forward here on the right side. Played back up to the point. Through the zone. Gauthier 3-on-3. Cutter Gauthier dekes in. Broken up then by Bouchard. Would have been a nice play if he could have converted on that. Lacombe up top. Pass back. Shot. Saved by Jari. Rebounds in front. Taken back then by Edmonton. Bouchard will play it to Ekholm, who will break this one now through center. Matthias Ekholm played over then for Lazar. Lazar gets hit down low by Lacombe. Then for Trouba, who will clear it off the boards and back into the Edmonton zone. That'll be a nice thing with 11:48 to go. Thank you all for tuning in. This is commentary stream number 180 here on the channel. It is also commentary stream number 100 this season. So the 100th commentary stream of the 2025-26 season. It's been insane that we've done this many. It's been so much fun. I appreciate all of your guys' support. I could not do it without y'all. A special surprise coming up in commentary number 200. Here's Zach Hyman now below the goal line. Trying to feed a pass in front. Stolen back then by Cutter Gauthier. Gauthier breaks it down now through center. Poke checked away. McDavid off the boards. Connor McDavid moves in to center. Blocked. What a block there by Trouba. Ducks will take it back. Intercepted by Wallman. Played back down low. Now a 3-on-2. McDavid with Hyman and Nuge. Pass back up top. Nurse down low. Tipped away by Hyman. And wide. Couldn't convert on that opportunity. Bank back down low now. It's been a lot of back and forth action. Some block shots for both sides also. They played well in that remark. Cleared back down low then to the Anaheim zone. It's Lacombe. Holds it behind the net then for the Ducks. Jackson Lacombe with 10:50 to go in the second. We are almost halfway through the game and halfway through the period. Lacombe off the boards then for Carlson. Leo Carlson now through center, broken up by Emberson. Emberson will clear it to center. Now Savoy racing for it. Savoy will drop it off the boards then. Down low, Stastny. Cleared back up top. Ducks will take it back. Kreider will clear it again down low into the Edmonton zone. Jari will fire it on his own back into the Anaheim zone for an icing. We have crossed over the 1,000 view mark here on this commentary stream. Thank you all so very much. I greatly appreciate all of your continued support. Feels like that's become a regular thing now. Once upon a time, it wasn't. Your support has been incredibly appreciated. It means a ton. Face-off coming up again now in the Edmonton zone. Draisaitl versus Seneca. Washi actually taking the draw. Oilers will win it. They'll bring it back the other way. It's Roslovic. Roslovic loops around. Will clear that one behind the net. Then back to Draisaitl. Draisaitl in front. And a big chance there for Podkolzin goes off of Dostal. Bouchard pass back to Ekholm. Ekholm shot on is blocked there by Moore. Another block by the Ducks defense. Ekholm trying to keep that one into the zone. Played back by Anaheim. Cross-ice pass. Racing for it now with speed is Harkins. Now Johnston. This fourth line's been active tonight. They've contributed on one of the two goals. Draisaitl cross-ice to Ekholm. Ekholm moves in. Matthias Ekholm now down low behind the net. Now Gudas. Banked ahead then for Zellweger. Olin Zellweger moves it in with speed. Killorn back down low. Zellweger behind the net, trying to feed a pass in front. Now Wallman steals it back, banked off the boards to center. Here come the Oilers the other way. 3-on-2. Draisaitl. Pass in front. And can't convert as Frederick as Dostal beats him. Now Killorn. Pass ahead then for Seneca. Seneca shoots it off the pads of Jari. And back over to the right side. Now Killorn battling forward with Draisaitl. Puck is banked all the way back to center. Lacombe. Cross-ice pass. Broken up again then by the Oilers. 3-on-2. Mangiapane is shot. Deflects up in the air and back down low. Now Henrique down low here in the corner. Lacombe back over to Killorn. Alex Killorn will flip this one back down low then into the Edmonton end. Shot 16-12. Cleared back down low then into the zone. Sorry, I forgot to start the clock yet again. I'll get it at some point, guys. Don't worry. Here's Paling. Through the zone. Fires it on Jari. He makes the save. Mangiapane now off the boards. Will break this one through center. Back over to McDavid. McDavid down low behind the net. Pass in front. Broken up then by the Ducks. Here's Gauthier off the boards then. Through center is Veal. He'll backhand it down low then to the Edmonton zone. Emberson back over for Stastny. Less than 8 minutes to go here in the second. Ducks have been giving it to the Oilers. Shot 17-12. Oilers with just 2 shots. McDavid pass up top to Bouchard. Fires it wide. Cleared back off the boards to center. McDavid holds it here for Edmonton. Off the boards of Carlson. Trying to poke check that one down low. Taken back by Nugent-Hopkins. Bouchard cross-ice pass to Ekholm. Ekholm will clear it down low. Dostal behind the net. Pass up then for Terry. Bouchard keeps it in. McDavid down low. Nuge pass over. Save there by Dostal. Now Nuge back to McDavid below the goal line. Back to Nuge. He falls on his feet. Taken back then by Moore. Moore behind the net. Flips it back to Terry. Tried playing it ahead then for Carlson. Broken up by Wallman now in the defensive zone. Less than 7 to go. Jake Wallman through center. Clears it back into the Anaheim zone. Draisaitl behind the net then for Savoy. Puck is cleared all the way back to center. We are tied 2-2 here in the second period. The only goal comes from Killorn. Up top, Draisaitl. Pass back over. Down low now to Roslovic here in the corner. Washi tried to play that one in front. Oilers pass up top. Emberson fires it. Saved by Dostal yet again. Now Nurse battling for it. Pass back ahead then for Harkins. Harkins with speed. He's got some room. Falls on his own feet. And cleared back into the Edmonton end. Now stolen back by Podkolzin. A shot. Gloved by Dostal with 6:06 to go here in period number 2. A lot of offensive zone chances for both sides. The Ducks are doing a good job at blocking all the shots. And here in this second period, tied at 2. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below. Like the stream. Yeah, I love what the Ducks are doing. They're really getting their their sticks where they need to be. They're blocking the shots from the Oilers' top players. Defense looks sound tonight, especially after that second goal they allowed. They've come back from down 2-0 to make this a 2-2 hockey game. And I think you got to be happy about that for sure. So again, tomorrow, Lightning, Hurricanes, and Sharks and Flames. All right. Thank you all for tuning in as always. It's almost midnight here on the East Coast. Still got another third period to go. Not used to these 10:30 commentaries, but we're doing good. We're moving. Shots are 16-7. Shots are 17-16 in favor of the Ducks. The goalies have been solid and sound for the most part. 6:06 left to go here in period number 2. Face-off coming up in the Ducks zone. Face-off won by Edmonton. Shot on. Goes up and out of play. With 6:02 left to go. You look at these two teams in live commentary streams, their overall standings all time. Oilers, 22nd commentary. That's the most of any team. They are 11-7-3 through 21 other commentary streams. As for the Ducks, this is their 7th commentary. They are 4-2 through 6 here on the channel. 5:35 left to go here in this middle frame. Seneca down low below the line. Pass up top. Zellweger. Cross ice. Gudas fires it. Save rebounds in front. And pushed down into the net there was Emberson. That's got to be a penalty. Emberson probably saved a goal there. But that's got to be a penalty. There is no way that's not a penalty. Yeah, that's definitely a penalty. Ty Emberson will head to the box. Ducks will go to the power play. And yeah, Seneca had a wide open net. Emberson pushed him into the ground and slid him into the net. So instead of putting the puck in the net, he put Seneca in the net. Ducks are 1 for 3 on the power play this evening. They're 4th of the game. We'll see what they can do with this one now. Face off to the right of Jari here with 5:28 to go. Face off now won by the Oilers. Ekholm will fire it around and back down into the Anaheim zone. Ducks are 1 for 3 with 6 shots. Here's Mintyukov battling for with Savoy. Intercepted. Now Savoy comes in. Deeks through shorthanded. Poke checked away before he can get in on Dostal. Here's Terry. Back over then for Leo. Carlson back over then for McTavish. McTavish down low then with Carlson. Cleared around behind the net. Then Emberson feeds it all the way back into the Anaheim zone with less than 5 minutes to go in the second. Mintyukov will drop it back then for Terry. Troy Terry over then for Carlson off the boards. Leo Carlson battling for it now with McDavid. McDavid back down low for Wallman. Wallman will clear it into the Anaheim zone. Halfway through the Ducks power play. Pavel Mintyukov will grab it here for Anaheim. Off the boards, drop back through center. Paling comes in, broken up then again by Bouchard. Thrown up for Henrique. Again, the Ducks can't get into the Oilers' zone. Oilers kind of holding that iron curtain. Iron wall, I guess you could call it. Or the blue and orange. Here's Lacombe. Cross ice pass to Gauthier. Gauthier fires it. Save there by Jari on the right side. Now Kreider to Seneca. Seneca back up top. Lacombe to Seneca. Back over. And a shot from Gauthier. His stick shatters. And it goes wide. Paling. Back over then to the right side. Pass up top. McDavid without a stick. I thought it was Gauthier's stick that broke. That was not correct. Puck is dumped back into the Anaheim zone. That will do it for the power play. A disappointing effort, that's for sure, from the Ducks on that man advantage. They did get a shot, but they are now 1 for 4. 25%. Better than 0. Washi will chip and chase that one down low into the zone. Battling for now with Emberson. Cleared off the boards. Draisaitl. Played in front then. Stolen back by Emberson. Will throw it ahead. Here's Roslovic. Threw his legs over then for Hyman. Hyman looks. Can't get it on. Pass in front. Broken up. Draisaitl now on the right side with 2:45 to go. Bouchard up top. Ekholm a shot. And wide of Dostal. Bouchard to Draisaitl. Cross ice pass then for Roslovic. Roslovic over then for Draisaitl. Pass down low, a shot. And that one's blocked off the boards. Now Zellweger. Stolen back by Roslovic. Down low. Edmonton will clear it back into the Anaheim end. It's Zellweger. Banking it off the boards back to center. Oilers will now regroup in their own end with 2:15 to go in the second period. Wallman. Cross ice pass. Mangiapane over ahead then. Hyman up shot. Mangiapane fires it wide. Now Lazara chance back down low. Trent Frederick battling forward here. In the corner. Only one goal in the second period so far. It was Alex Killorn. Tied the game. Played back down low now, Henrique. Cross ice pass to Wallman. Wallman up and over then for Nurse. Nurse pass back across ice back into the Anaheim zone. Minchukov battling for now with Mangiapane off the boards. Trouba clears it around behind the net. Then 1:30 to go in this second period. Down low in the corner. It's a scramble for that puck up top. Bouchard back to Ekholm. Ekholm fires it on tip. They score. I think it went off the skate in front. And it's Zach Hyman who gets the goal. And the Oilers are back in the lead. It's 3-2. And I'm pretty sure it went off of his skate. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to see this replay again. It happened so quick. But Zach Hyman, the go-ahead goal. I think he got it off his stick. We'll see off this replay. Yeah, he got it off his stick. Nice little move maneuver there. Thought he was tied up in front, but he got it there. Good on him. Zach Hyman from Ekholm and Bouchard. 3-2. 23 goals in 40 games played for Zach Hyman this season. Over half of the games he's played, he's scored, and he's been a very big contributor. Nugent Hopkins will dump this one back down low, then into the Anaheim zone. Approaching the final minute of play in the second period. Lacombe off the boards for Carlson. Back over then, stolen back by Connor McDavid. McDavid with speed. Comes down the zone, gets around the D, circles around, pass in front. Nuge fires it just wide. Now McDavid down low, picked up then by Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins to McDavid below the line. Pass in front, Nuge, pass over. They score! Evan Bouchard with 39 on the clock. And the Oilers offense keeps on taking advantage of the Anaheim disastrous defense. And they have regained their 2-goal lead. Evan Bouchard with 2 points in the span of less than a minute. Nugent Hopkins now with a multi-point game. McDavid with a multi-point game. It's 4-2. Suddenly it went from a tied hockey game to a 2-goal lead. Evan Bouchard's 16th goal of the season. Now we'll run down these last couple seconds. Wallman banked off the boards for Draisaitl. Draisaitl brings it into the Anaheim zone. He's tripped down low, battling for it in the corner. Off the boards, Killorn. Banked ahead then, Zellweger. Pass back up top. At the line, Zellweger back over then for Roslovic. Cleared off the boards and back up top, Seneca. Down low, stolen back then by Wallman. 10 seconds to go. Draisaitl. Stolen back then by the Ducks, Killorn. Below the goal line, back to Draisaitl off the boards for Savoy. For Roslovic as the buzzer winds down. That'll do it for period number 2. Ugh. Well, it was a tied hockey game until near the final minute of play, where Zach Hyman gets the go-ahead goal. Evan Bouchard tacks on an insurance goal. It is a 4-2 lead for the Edmonton Oilers after 40 minutes of play here at Honda Center. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for period number 3 momentarily. This is the time until the start of this third period. I'm going to get a drink of water really quick. I'll be right back. All right, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you all so much for being here in the commentary stream. I greatly appreciate it. Shut my door really quick. One more period coming up in just a couple of moments. We'll talk about the second period in a minute. Just going to give myself a second to catch my breath and update the score sheet. This is a good period, though. I enjoyed it. That was a fun period. So Alex Killorn with the game-tying goal, and then Zach Hyman and Evan Bouchard in the final 2 minutes of play make it a 4-2 lead for Edmonton. Leo Carlson with an assist in that period too. It's been a while since he's been in the lineup racking up points. It's good to see him get on the board there. It really is. He doesn't rack up a lot of offense when I commentate the Ducks, so it's good to see. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out the engagement, brings more people into the commentary stream. Zach Hyman with his 5th goal in commentaries, his 10th point. Always fun to keep track of all the stats and stuff. See who's racking up points. Assist on those goals was Ekholm and Bouchard. Bouchard with a multi-point period there also. That kind of gets forgotten in all of that. His 10th goal in the commentary stream also. Guy always racks up a ton of points.
access and seating, plus the opportunity to meet select Ducks players post-game. Visit ducks.com/award. Welcome inside Honda Center for the second intermission report.
Connor McDavid with his assist on that goal now has his 40th point in live commentary history. That is the most ever by any player in Watch with Nordic history. Becomes the first player to reach 50 points in Watch with Nordic live commentary history. That's crazy. But hey, shows how talented of a player McDavid really is. Let's go over the goals in that second period. It started off with a goal from Alex Killorn. Not that long into the second period. It was a power play goal at that. It was off of a shot up top from Leo Carlson, who just fired it on. Killorn picked up the trash in front. Rebound play. Gets it past Jari. We're tied 2-2 here in the middle frame. It went on for a little bit. Not a ton of shots, but in the end of that period, it was Zach Hyman who picked up a nice little tip in front there with his stick, put it past Dostal on the back door, and he made it a 3-2 hockey game. And then you saw Evan Bouchard pick up a goal as well, a nice little pass in front, a disastrous defensive breakdown by the Ducks in their defense. Bouchard sneaks right in, picks up a rebound play, and makes it 4-2. Also to highlight here, Connor McDavid, total on the season here, 98 points. He is 2 points ahead, or 2 points back from 100 this season. Yeah. And we are in February, by the way. Just want to say that. Not looking good for your guys. Yeah, still a lot of time to go. There's still plenty of time. Game is definitely not over yet.
Is next to talk about Hazy. They are currently up 2-1 over Vegas as they head into the third period. Panarin with 2 assists so far. What does he bring to their lineup?
He brings offense, obviously. I've always thought that Artemi Panarin is one of those few players in the league that is gifted with tremendous vision. He's a guy that makes people around him look that much better. They're going to need him because they lost Kevin Fiala probably for the rest of the regular season. And Fiala at the Olympic Games.
Ducks with the comeback. Let's go. Let's hope, man. We shall hope. Tomorrow we will be doing we'll be having a new video coming out on the channel. It'll be Pacific Division All-Star Team. Going to start doing my All-Star Team series now with the NHL having returned. Also keeping a lookout after the trade deadline. We're going to do my top 10 players from each position this season. Should be a fun list. Oh, my Lord.
Could be some changes, could be some acquisitions around the Western Conference. Everybody's close, Allie.
All right, thank you both.
Let's take a look at the games going on in the NHL tonight and the games that are happening tomorrow. And then we'll get ready for the start of the third period once we're done with that. So the games that are going on today, we'll go over the games that have concluded so far already. It is an 8-game slate. Started off with a 2-1 win for the Sabres over the New Jersey Devils. We commentated that game. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen with 27 saves on 28 shots. Jake Allen somehow made more saves than him despite that. Flyers and Capitals, 3-1 win for Washington. Sandin, TVR, and Protas got the goals there for the Caps. Maple Leafs and Lightning, 4-3 win for Tampa. 2-goal game for Braden Point in his return. Kucherov and Gonzalez also got in there as well. Kraken and Stars, 4-1 win for the Stars. 2 goals from Wyatt Johnston, one of them on the power play. Johnston racking up the power play goals. And then Avalanche and Mammoth, 4-2 in favor of the Avalanche. That was a win for Colorado. You saw goals from Parker Kelly, Victor Olofsson, Brock Nelson, and Marty Natchez. So the debut there for Brett Kulak in a burgundy uniform also. And then Jets and Canucks, the 3 games that are currently going on. Jets and Canucks tied 2-2 in the third period. Golden Knights and Kings, 2-1 Kings in the third period of that game as well. And then obviously this one going on here too. Tomorrow is a 12-game slate. It'll open up with a lot of 7 o'clock p.m. matchups Eastern Time. Blue Jackets and Bruins. Islanders and Canadiens. Senators and Red Wings. Panthers and Maple Leafs. Devils and Penguins. Lightning and Hurricanes will be live for that game. Flyers and Rangers. Kraken and Blues. Blackhawks and Predators. Wild and Avalanche. Sharks and Flames will be live for that game. And then Oilers Kings. So a good patch of games tomorrow also as the NHL resumes its play. It feels good to be back. It feels good to be back. Third period coming up in just under 5 minutes. Or in just under 6 minutes. Sorry, I can't count.
More than 300 Ducks fans have unlocked prizes playing $10 million streaks, and you could be next. Be sure to head to your profile on the Victory Plus mobile app and make your picks before every game. Last Sunday, the Anaheim Ducks teamed up with Disneyland Resort to host their annual Anaheim.
All right, now we wait a couple of minutes here for the start of the third period. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom again. Drinking a lot of water. Trying to keep hydrated. My voice also having some issues today. My lips are chapped too, which is making me angry. I'll be right back. Gotta go use the bathroom once again. Thank you all for staying in the stream. I appreciate it. Means a lot.
Coming together at one place. Always great to see how many families attend that event. We'll have more intermission coming right up after this next break. We'll be right back. Ken doesn't know everything, but he does know if you bundle your flights, cars, hotels, vacation rentals, you can save up to 30%. Good voice. Thanks, voice in the sky. The one place you go to go places. Join your friends and neighbors at Diamond Credit Union and experience banking that places the focus where it should be. On you. At Diamond, you'll feel the difference that a more personalized, dedicated approach can make.
All right, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Use the bathroom really quick. Let's get ready for an exciting third period. Or at least I hope it'll be exciting. Oh, excuse me.
Lease an all-wheel drive Hyundai Tucson SE for $239 a month, or get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days. Hurry in.
This is the one.
What about adding an admission?
Where do you check the zoning?
Guys ever have itchy hair? All the time. All the time. You guys like my Gavin McKenna sweatshirt? It's knockoff, but it's one of my... I love it. I also bought a United States hat, which is coming soon. I think it's coming tomorrow, actually, so I might wear that in tomorrow's stream. I am streaming all... no, I'm not. I'm streaming the Flames tomorrow. I was going to say I'm streaming all American teams. I'm not. I'm streaming Flames tomorrow. So... whatever. That doesn't matter. 11 subscribers away from 5,100.
Players stream League One volleyball all season long on Victory Plus.
Volleyball. League One volleyball.
35 seconds have Edmonton up 4-2. The third period is next. John and Weezy will have the call.
When every day feels the same, one line wants more radiating attention. So Ken goes to Expedia. The one place you go places. So the public
Shots 19-18 in favor of Anaheim. 1 week to the World Baseball Classic. Anybody watching the World Baseball Classic? I'm not even sure what it's on. Where can I watch it? Anyway. Third period coming up in just a moment.
We're working together and growing together. Where ambition meets intuition, and we're best in class meets best in community. That's unity. That's done in credit union. Michelob Ultra Zero. Zero alcohol. Ultra sweet taste. Just 29 calories. Stay in the game. Michelob Ultra Zero.
Hopefully I'll be out of commercial break before this winds down. Maybe I might have put a little bit too less of minutes in. But third period coming up in just a few seconds anyway. We're not that far away. All right, third period coming up here. Between the Anaheim Ducks and the Edmonton Oilers. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Alex Killorn, Zach Hyman, and Evan Bouchard there in that middle frame as we get ready for the start of period number 3. Stats through 40. Shots were 19-18 in favor of the Ducks. Face-off percentage was a 56% in favor of the Oilers. Power play percentages. Ducks are 1 for 4. Oilers 0 for 1. Hits are 14 apiece. Block shots, 7-6 in favor of Edmonton. 500 for less than a total of 6.5 points. Well, you better hope there's no more goals scored. Like, literally, you better hope there's no more goals scored. It is the second of 3 meetings between these two teams, as I mentioned. It'll be 5-on-5 to start. It's 2 big points on the line for either side. Either team can move further in advance from Vegas and further ahead from the Kings. Period number 3 between the Anaheim Ducks and the Edmonton Oilers. And we are underway. Face-off is won back into the Edmonton zone by Leon Draisaitl. Now Darnell Nurse off the boards, back to the right side. Shot on, saved by Jari. Here's Draisaitl, 3-on-2 now through the zone. Draisaitl back over, then off the boards. Pass in front, deflected just wide. Now Gudas will clear that one back into the Edmonton zone. Icing against the Ducks. Take a look at the goaltender stats here through about 41 minutes of play or so. You start off on the Edmonton side. Tristan Jarry, 18 saves on 20 shots, 900 save percentage. Lucas Dostal, not pretty numbers, 14 saves on 18 shots, 778. Here's Nurse's shot, denied there by Dostal, cleared back down low into the corner. Now Gudas off the boards for McTavish through center. Seneca trying to battle for that one then with Nurse. Ducks will look to tie. Draisaitl. Pass ahead then for Savoy. Matt Savoy will break this one out through center, backhanding it down low into the Anaheim zone. Kreider. Off the boards then for Zellweger. Leo Carlson. Through the zone back to Gauthier. Pass over and deflected back by Kreider. Banked off the boards up top. I know you're just messing with me, Degan. Here's Trouba, a shot. Save there by Jarry. Connor McDavid playing it back through center. Broken off the boards, then up top. Bouchard will try and clear down low. Ducks get it back to center. Carlson takes it in. 3-on-2. Pass back for Trouba. Backhand. Deny. Rebound. They score! Leo Carlson and the Ducks answer back and pull within one. Leo Carlson, welcome back to the lineup after missing some time from Jacob Trouba and Chris Kreider. And a multi-point game for Leo. And wake up, everybody. We have a hockey game here. It's 4-3. 18:21 left to go here in period number 3. The Ducks have pulled within a goal. Face-off now won by Edmonton. Banked off the boards back to center. Puck goes up and out of play. And Leo Carlson, 19 goals on the season, multi-point game. It seems like he may be back to being fully healthy. He was phenomenal until he got injured. And then he really struggled in the month of December. And once he struggled, Anaheim struggled. It's good to have him back here. Hopefully he can convert on more offense moving forward. Bank back down low then. Henry, cross-ice pass into the corner now. It's down low for Stastny. Stastny off the boards to Podkolzin. Stolen back then by Paling. Paling cross-ice over then for Minchukov. Shoots it down low behind the net. The Ducks already came back from down 2 goals in the earlier half of the game. There's no reason why they can't do it again. Bank back into the Anaheim zone now. 17:41 to go. Moore picks it up. Cross-ice. Zellweger will dump that one into the Edmonton zone. Icing against the Ducks. 7 goals here in tonight's appearance. There was 11 in the first matchup against these two teams. That should not come as a surprise, considering these two goaltenders have not had the greatest of seasons in terms of statistics. Face-off now in the Anaheim zone. Slides in on Dostal. He'll make the save. Again, Lucas Dostal, goaltender for Czechia in the Winter Olympics. Played very well. I thought he played good. In the games that I commentated, he was a sound goaltender. Again, his Watch with Nordic stats are very solid. Gudas will clear it back to center. Now Johnston with some room. Comes into the zone. Can't get a shot on. Pass over, and Terry cannot put his stick there and convert. Now Troy Terry battling for it down low in the corner. Below the line now is Washi. Terry. Back up top. Gudas to Zellweger. A shot. They score! We are tied here in Anaheim yet again. It's Olen Zellweger. 4-4. 2 minutes and 55 seconds into this third period. And Olen Zellweger from up top has tied the hockey game. And again, it was 2-0 Oilers. Ducks come back. 4-2 Oilers. And the Ducks come back yet again. Olen Zellweger assisted by Radko Gudas. And we have a tie hockey game here. Does it get any better than this? Edmonton will clear to center. Now Mangiapane battling for it. Banked off the boards on the right side. Whistle blown for offsides here against the Oilers. And now it is just going to be a simply goal-scoring contest. And again, I said it. I thought this was going to be an offensive, highly scoring game. And look at what we got here. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the commentary. It helps out with the engagement. Face-off here now, won by Edmonton. They will dump it down low into the Duck zone. Dostal behind the net. Clears it around to the right side, back to center. Off the boards now, Killorn battling for it. Cleared back in then by the Oilers. Here's Moore. Behind the net now, down low, off the boards. McTavish battling for it. Cleared back around by Mangiapane. Kept in then, behind the net. Andrew Mangiapane battling for that puck. Bank back up top. Stastny cleared off the boards and around behind the net. McDavid up top then, cleared back to center. Cross ice pass to Ekholm. Ekholm to McDavid. McDavid 1-0 comes in. Can't tuck it. And he falls into the net. A penalty coming up. And it's going to be against the Ducks. Connor McDavid gets up. He looks like he's okay, but he ran into the net. Looks a little worse for wear. We're going to get a power play here. Edmonton is going to head to the man advantage. Ian Moore will head to the penalty box. And a loud USA chant here. Wow. I think we all know why they're chanting USA in Honda Center. Kind of funny, actually, when you think about it. 16:04 left to go in this third period. Edmonton will head to the power play. Face-off coming up here now again. And it's won back by Edmonton. Bouchard back to Nuge. Nuge circles back around up top. Bouchard to Nugent Hopkins. Fires it. Tipped in front. Just wide of Dostal. Cleared all the way back to center. Now Paling battling for it off the boards. Nugent Hopkins takes it back. Here's McDavid. Drops it back to Draisaitl. Draisaitl now fighting with Paling. Broken up top. Bouchard. Cross ice pass. Hyman back to Nuge. Nuge down low. Draisaitl pass over to McDavid. Up top. Bouchard a shot. And that one's blocked. Ducks will clear it. Back to center. They'll run down the clock. And they'll finally backhand it down low to the Edmonton zone. 1:15 to go on the power play. Bouchard drops it back. McDavid with speed. Connor McDavid comes in. Pass up top. Bouchard cross ice Draisaitl. Draisaitl now looks for options. Bank back to McDavid. McDavid back over then for Draisaitl. Stolen back by the Ducks. Short-handed break the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Here they come into the zone. Washi can't get a shot on Jari. Pass over in front. Kreider over, and Washi can't convert. Ducks will get, or Oilers will get it back. Draisaitl into the zone to McDavid. McDavid up top. Nuge back over to Draisaitl. Draisaitl cross ice pass broken up. Kept in the zone by Wallman. Wallman cleared down low. Gudas tried to dump it out. He'll get it there. 14:26 to go in the third. Jake Wallman picks it up now for the Oilers. Will drop it back then for Roslovic. 10 seconds to go on the man advantage. Oilers keep it in. Shot on tip. Saved by Dostal. Rebounds there. They score. It's Matt Savoy on the power play just before it runs down. And the Oilers have once again regained the lead. The Ducks score on a simple play earlier in the game, and this is something more of that. A rebound in front. And Matt Savoy, his 10th goal of the season, his 3rd point of the game. And it is 5-4. And it's just a rebound being tied up there in traffic. Savoy from Podkolzin and Ekholm. A lot of multi-point games here tonight. The Ducks have twice come back from 2 down. There's no reason why they can't do it again. For those who are Ducks fans. Cleared back down low then again into the Edmonton zone. Emberson battling for it then with Stastny. Down low here in the corner. Seneca fighting with Lazar. Played back up top now. Here come the Oilers through center. Mangiapane banks it back down low now. Lacombe battling for it with Lazar. Curtis Lazar on the right side. Hit down low in the corner. Lazar passed in front of Mangiapane. Nearly made it a 6-4 hockey game. Seneca steals it back. Things getting physical here. Back at Seneca coming into the zone. Waits. Fires it. He scores! Beckett Seneca! And just like that, we are tied again. Back and forth, back and forth. It doesn't stop. And the rookie Beckett Seneca. Are you kidding me? Constant back and forth action. Seneca with the toe drag release. 5-hole on Tristan Jarry. And we got a real hockey game. I don't even know what to say. We got an unbelievable one here, folks. 10 goals in this one already, guaranteed for 11. 46 seconds after Matt Savoy scored the goal. And Beckett Seneca passes Oliver Kapanen for the most goals by a rookie this season. And out goes Jarry. Connor Ingram's coming in for the Oilers. Tristan Jarry is done. 5 goals allowed on 25 shots. And Connor Ingram comes into the net. Ingram this season, 6-4-1, 897 save percentage. Jarry is done for the night. Here's Gauthier, played up ahead, then through speed. Now Carlson. Leo Carlson, broken up, then down low. Lazar behind the net. Taken back then by the Oilers, it's Nurse. Over then for Henrique. Henrique banks it down low. Stolen back by Wallman. Wallman comes to center. A shot goes wide. Less than 13 minutes to go here in period number 3. 10 goals. 5 from each team. Podkolzin dumps it around behind the net, then up top to Bouchard. Bouchard pass back over then for Hyman. Broken up then by the Ducks. Gauthier will backhand it off the boards and back into the Edmonton zone. It's an icing against Anaheim. You will not want to miss this ending. 12:28 to go in the third. Five. Does it get any better than this? Face-off coming up here now yet again in the Anaheim zone. It's cleared all the way back to center. Edmonton gets it back. Bouchard comes into the zone, back over to McDavid. Nugent-Hopkins around then behind the net, battling for it alongside Hyman. Now racing forward is Gudas. We'll play it all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Another icing against the Ducks. 12:03 to go now. Looking for Connor Ingram on my stat sheet. Here he is. Connor Ingram. Oh, that's Calvin Pickard. Never mind. Where's Ingram? Am I blind? Come on, I know you've been in a game before, buddy. There he is. Face-off here now, won by the Ducks. In their own zone, McDavid off the boards, down low to the corner. Gudas back to Lacombe, trying to poke check that one ahead. Now Nugent-Hopkins down low behind the net. Pass in front, broken up. Cleared back up top. Ekholm a shot, deflected, and out of play. All right. So Connor Ingram, he's played 2 live commentary streams here on the channel. He has a 2-0 record. He has allowed 2.5 goals against on average, but a .837 save percentage. Not the greatest numbers there for Ingram in live commentary streams. And he is playing in his 3rd commentary tonight. Tristan Jarry is done. Jarry with a not great stat sheet. You look at his overall numbers. He had allowed 5 goals on 24 shots, 19 saves, .792. So not pretty numbers there for Tristan Jarry, but are we surprised? It's always goals galore when you play the Oilers. That's for sure. Whatever. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Ducks should be 4th place, but they got them 8th in the Western Conference. What are you talking about? Well, I mean, are they ranked 8th, or were they ranked 8th at the beginning of the season? Currently, they're 3rd in the division. Probably 8th in the conference. Face-off coming up here now in the Anaheim zone. It is tied 5-5. Again, like just an unbelievable amount of goals galore in this one tonight. You would argue that Dostal's been worse than Jarry. Lucas Dostal, only 16 saves on 21 shots, .762. Been pretty lopsided. Face-off here now in the Anaheim zone, won by the Oilers. Nurse throws it around behind the net, then up top. Darnell Nurse back over then for Wallman. Throws it into the corner. Now Roslovic back down low for Savoy. Off the boards, it's Wallman, a shot deflects way up in the air and out of play. The Oilers always known for scoring. That's what they love to do. Scoring goals is their favorite thing. They love it. They also love allowing goals too, apparently. You guys see that question that was asked to McDavid by a reporter? That was nuts. Face-off here now in the Edmonton zone. Nurse up top. Fires it. Block. Rebound. And Savoy fires it up high. Roslovic tried to play it back down low. Stolen back then by Anaheim. Puck goes up and out of play with 11:15 to go in the 3rd. Plenty of time to go. Again, these are 2 very valuable points against 2 teams that love to score. And again, I've said it a couple of times here tonight, this could be a playoff matchup. With the way things could be shaping up, this could be 2 teams that face off in the playoffs. It's not impossible. Face-off up here again. Ducks will win. I think the Ducks will make the playoffs. Cleared off the boards now to the right side. Seneca cross-ice pass. 2-on-2. Killorn with McTavish. Back to McTavish. McTavish a shot. Blocked in front. Now McTavish here will feed this one up to the point. Carlson to Seneca. Seneca to Moore. Fires it. Denied by Ingram. He will cover. Good stop there by Ingram. See if he can amp up his save percentage here a bit. And good movement by the Ducks to, again, create puck control. And again, with these Oilers goalies, you just want to get shots on. That's the most important part. Face-off here now is won by the Ducks. Gudas, cross-ice pass, shot from the point, save there as the puck deflected up in the air. Cross-ice pass, Gudas. Back over then, Carlson, down low, stolen back then by Podkolzin, played ahead then by Henrique. Poke check to center. Henrique racing for it, battling now with Carlson. 10.5 minutes to go in this third period. Shots 26-21 in favor of the Ducks. In front, Henrique a drive, and that one goes wide. Carlson down low was knocked down to the ground. He'll take that puck back, already with a goal and an assist tonight. Podkolzin will backhand it back into the Anaheim end. Ducks immediately get it back. Gudas. Here at center. Now McDavid. Drop down low then off the board. Zach Holm for Frederick, who's had a hell of a game. Cleared all the way back to center. Ekholm now as we cross over the halfway mark of this third period. Here's Bouchard. Cross-ice pass, stolen back then by Anaheim. Coming into the zone now with speed is Harkins. Now down low. Paling in front, trying to get a shot. A rebound was there. Deflected wide. Paling up top. Trouba back to the right side now at the point. Fires it wide of Ingram once again. Pass in front, broken up. Here's Connor McDavid. McDavid with speed, back over to Nuge. Nuge to Bouchard, back to Nuge. Nuge down low. Bouchard gets cross-checked all the way back. And the puck is cleared down into the Edmonton zone. What's crazy about this game is that we have had 10 different scores. Nobody's recorded 2 goals in this game. It's been all 10 different scores. We just crossed over the 2,000 view mark of this commentary stream. Thank you all so much. Let's have a thrilling finish here to this one. Here's Zellweger. Off the boards now, try getting it back to center. Mangiapane off the boards to Draisaitl. Draisaitl, cross-ice pass broken up. Leon Draisaitl played ahead then for Terry. Terry off the boards. Here's Moore. Moore up for Zellweger. Broken up then, stolen back by Roslovic. Roslovic to Nurse. Nurse through center. Slap shot. Goes back down low to the corner. Now Zellweger banks it up top all the way back to center. Edmonton gets it back. Darnell Nurse will clear it down low. Zellweger. Stolen back then on the right side. Edmonton picking it up. Poke checked. Back to center. Racing for it now with speed. Stastny banks it off the boards. Back down low to the Anaheim end. 8 minutes to go here in the third period. We are tied at 5. Seneca played ahead then. It's broken up top. Now Gudas will dump it back down low. Ducks had to get on sides. Stastny back over then for Savoy. Savoy will bank that one off the boards. Back down low into the Anaheim end. Jackson Lacombe. Pass back to Carlson. Offsides against the Ducks. A little bit of a late whistle there, but we'll take it. Oilers take it up by 50. Nice. 7:31 to go in the third period. Tied at 5 here in this Pacific Division matchup. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. It would be great. It would be very much so greatly appreciated. It's been a good one here tonight. Three-leg parlay. Nice. You're two-thirds of the way there, bro. See if you can get that final third here. If the Oilers can hold down a lead. All right, still in the third here. About to come back from commercial break. Probably only a handful of commercial breaks left. And then we'll just get into the latter stages here of this third period. Upcoming schedule here for the Anaheim Ducks. Looks like they have a lot of Western Canada teams they're taking on here. A lot of home games also. They are currently at the start of a 6-game homestand, I believe this is. Yeah, 6-game homestand. Cleared back down low then into the Edmonton zone as Ducks will regroup on the right side. Now it's Stastny down low. Cleared off the boards then back to the Anaheim zone. Back into the Edmonton zone now again. Icing here against Anaheim. As they decided, hey, let's run down, let's play some of the game, but not tell it. Not tell the people. Whatever. Comeback must be completed. We'll see. We will see. Face-off here now is won by the Oilers. Ekholm pass to Bouchard. Bouchard back over then to Nuge. Nuge to Bouchard up top. Down low now, Nugent Hopkins below the goal line. What's up, MHA? How you doing? Here's McDavid. Broken up then by the Ducks on the right side. Ekholm clears it around then behind the net to Nugent Hopkins. Nuge will bank it down low for Hyman. Hyman to McDavid. McDavid backhanded up top to Ekholm. Cross-ice pass. Bouchard looks. Tipped in front, back down low to the corner. Now McDavid here to the right side up top. Back home, cross-ice pass to Bouchard. 6.5 minutes to go here in period number 3. Connor McDavid over to Bouchard. A shot goes wide. Now banked down low. Another chance. Gloved by Dostal. Hey, what's up, MHA? Welcome. Welcome to the stream, bro. Even if you are new, we still welcome you, bro. Good to see you. Oh, boy. Shots 26-24. 6:22 to go in the third. Face-off is won by Edmonton. Cleared back to center. Off the boards now down low. Harkins battling for it with Wallman. Harkins down low. Stolen back then by Draisaitl. 3-on-2 developing. Leon Draisaitl through the zone. Drop back to Nurse. To Draisaitl. Blocked by Lacombe. 2-on-2 the other way. Lacombe back into the zone. A backhand by Vale goes wide. I am a fan of neither. Just a commentator here on YouTube trying to have some fun. Hoping for a good finish. Here's Savoy who shoots it in on Dostal. He will make the save. 5-5 tie here in Anaheim. Troy Terry off the boards, back down low. Stolen back by the Oilers. With some room is Lazar. Curtis Lazar now below the goal line. Broken up then by Zellweger down low. Henrique takes it back. Feeds it up top. Stastny, cross-ice pass. Shot from up top is blocked. Racing for it now with speed then was Johnston. Here's Mangiapane. Mangiapane through center, fires it, blocked. Now Beckett Seneca down low in the corner. Stolen back then by Zellweger. We are now in crunch time here in this third period. Final 5 minutes of play. Evan Bouchard now down low, holds it here for the Oilers. Pass to McDavid. McDavid stolen back by Seneca, cross-ice pass, turnover forced by Ekholm, who will bring it around behind his own net. Matthias Ekholm. Banked off the boards. Nugent Hopkins back to center. Killorn. Down low now Seneca. Pass back to the right side now as the Ducks regroup. Killorn for Seneca. Seneca comes in. Pass back to McTavish. Cross-ice pass. Saved by Ingram. There on Killorn. Now another chance. Poke checked by Ekholm down low in the corner. Battling for it then down low as well as the time winds down. Here's McDavid. 3-on-3 the other way. McDavid into the zone. Gets tied up there by Trouba. Cleared back into the corner now. Here's Trouba. Drops it back then for Lacombe. Jackson Lacombe will hold it here for the Ducks. Through the zone, Leo Carlson back to Cutter Gauthier. Gauthier back over to Savoy. Now, man, stay with it. Don't give up. Here's Draisaitl back over then for Roslovic. Down low now, Minchukov below the line. Will clear it back to center. Edmonton will take it now. It's over then for Draisaitl. Pass back is blocked. 3:20 left to go. Time slowly winding down here in this Pacific Division matchup. The only game still going on in the NHL tonight. Clear down low now, Henrique will jab at that puck. Taken back then by the Ducks. It's Zellweger here through center. Bank back down low then into the Edmonton zone. Cleared off the boards around behind the net then. Podkolzin, cross-ice pass for Frederick. Frederick drop back. Shot! Saved by Dostal. He will cover with 2:49 to go in the third period. And some pushing and shoving here between these two teams. Quote-unquote friendly. We will head to commercial break one final time. A 4-goal third period. And it is 5-5 here in Anaheim. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. The last time these two teams played, it was 11 goals scored. We are guaranteed 11. Maybe more. We'll see. Swear to God, if I see this Diamond Credit Union ad one more time, lose my mind. Edmonton's going to win. They're built for moments like this. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've commentated a game where the Oilers have won a game like this. So, would not be shocked at all. That's typically how it's worked. I always say, whenever you watch the Oilers, they're going to put on a show. You just never know what kind of show it's going to be. Usually it involves a lot of goals. That's what I've learned. A little under 3 minutes to go here in this third period. 4-goal period. Initially, it was 2 goals by Anaheim to tie the game. The Oilers took a 5-4 lead. Seneca, 39 seconds later, tied it right back up. And it should be a thrilling finish here through these last couple minutes. I don't know, bro. We'll see if the Ducks can score. .249 left to go in the third. Shots 27-24. Blow the play dead. Of course they do. Face off. Won by Edmonton. Up top, shot on glove by Dostal. With 2:44 to go. Make sure my clock is accurate. Shots 27-25. Dostal with a save, same percentage as Tristan Jarry when he was pulled. Ingram's been sound, only faced 3 shots, has made all 3 saves. Face-off now won by the Oilers. Mangiapane fires it, goes above Dostal. 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Mangiapane picks it up down low, back over then for Moore. Moore battling forward with McTavish. Stolen back by Podkolzin. Cleared back down low now. Mangiapane will dump it around behind the Anaheim net. Emberson in the corner, back to Mangiapane. Stolen back then again by Zellweger. Now Seneca here on the right side, played back to center. Killorn fighting for it with Stastny. Cleared back down low. Emberson over then for McDavid. 2 minutes to go. Look out. Here comes McDavid. McDavid through the legs. Comes into center. Saved by Dostal. Rebounds there. And McDavid nearly did it all on his own. Nugent Hopkins drops it back to McDavid. McDavid below the line being tied up by 2 defensemen. He still gets the puck and feeds it back up top. It's forced by Anaheim out of the zone. 1:38 to go. Here's Hyman. Comes in, moves in front, saved by Dostal. He'll cover up with 1:30 exactly on the clock. Shots are dead even. And Connor McDavid nearly went all the way through, but could not tuck it on Dostal. That would have been nuts. And it wouldn't have surprised me either. Face-off coming up here now in the Anaheim zone. It is won by the Ducks. Cleared all the way back to center. Wallman. Back over to Nurse. Darnell Nurse battling for it. Stolen back then by Carlson. Carlson pass over. And denied by Ingram. That even got on. Rebounds there. Gauthier. He scores! 1:14 on the clock. Who else but Cutter Gauthier? And it is 6-5 Anaheim in the final minutes. Mouth is shedding. Cutter Gauthier with a wide open net there on Connor Ingram. And don't look now, 1:14 left to go in regulation. And the Ducks have taken a 6-5 lead. Assisted by Leo Carlson and Chris Kreider. Cleared back down low into the zone. This is the first time that the Ducks have had the lead. Keep an eye out for Connor Ingram. They will pull him if they get the chance. Ekholm. Back to McDavid, back to Ekholm. Ekholm will dump it around by the net. Final minute of play in regulation. Oilers will pull their goaltender. Ekholm up top. Back down low, McDavid. McDavid pass over. Draisaitl up top. Bouchard to Draisaitl. Draisaitl waits. Holds it back on the right side. Pass in front. McDavid can't get it on his feet. 33 seconds to go. Ekholm up top to Bouchard. Bouchard to McDavid. McDavid looks, waits, fires it, blocked. Now Gudas, he's tripped. And that'll be a penalty. 22 seconds to go. Penalty coming up against the Oilers. And yeah, it's on Connor McDavid. And that should be game. Connor Ingram will have to come back in the net. The Oilers will have to win it, go down the other way, and score all in 22 seconds. I'm not liking those odds. Fifth power play of the game here for the Ducks. We'll see if they can convert. 22.7 seconds on the clock. Face-off is won by the Ducks. Up top, Lacombe. Back down low, Killorn. Fires it on. Saved by Ingram. Seneca down low. Edmonton will steal it back. Ekholm. Throw it around now. 10 seconds to go. Here they come the other way. Ducks break it up. They clear to center. And that will probably do it. And the Ducks complete the comeback. What a game and what a win for Anaheim. Your final score, 6-5. And Joel Quenneville, 1,000 career wins as an NHL coach. Final score, Anaheim 6, Edmonton 5. 6 different goal scorers for the Ducks, 5 different scores for the Oilers. What a phenomenal hockey game that was. That was incredible. All right. That'll do it for me. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Tomorrow, Lightning, Hurricanes, and Sharks and Flames. Those will be the 2 commentaries tomorrow. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I got to go get some sleep, prep for tomorrow.